everything is guided by God's will and intentions. I came across an article from Life magazine, and the reporter asked Christy, a second grader, "Who is God?" She replied, "God makes the weather. He gave us gifts like trees and green grass, but one gift He gave us that I don't like is war." In their childish way, Christy was trying to understand God's ways. She recognized His goodness but couldn't fit in the reality of war. Adults like us, sometimes we wrestle with similar issues. We ask the Lord why He allowed typhoons in the Philippines and extreme flooding in many parts of British Columbia recently. So many victims were devastated, but the Bible is clear that God declares that He is like no other. He brings peace and calamity. In Isaiah 45, verse 7 to 9 says, "I form light and create darkness. I make well-being and create calamity. I am the Lord who does all these things. Shower, O heavens, from above, and let the clouds rain down righteousness. Let the earth open, that salvation and righteousness may bear fruit. Let the earth cause them both to sprout. I, the Lord, have created it. Woe to him who strives with him who formed him, a pot among earthen pots. Does the clay say to him who forms it, 'What are you making?' For your work has no handles." Isaiah warned us against questioning God's right to do His will. We should not demand explanation from Him. But how can we know God's intention? We start by reading the whole Bible, not just parts, but the whole thing. So instead of blaming God for all the things that's happening in our lives, we need to trust Him to bring good out of any problem or calamity, like bring salvation to His people. Sometimes we can perceive His ways. The key is to trust His Son, Jesus Christ, and look at the cross where God and mercy and justice intersects, so we can see the big picture. John Nelson Darby says, "God's ways are behind the scenes, but He moves all the scenes which He is behind." We have to learn this and let Him work. Everything that happens in our lives is always guided by God's will and intentions.